Yeah, I'm here with my good friend Dave Keaggy. How old are you, Dave?
I'll be 76 in 30 days. No, I'll be 96.
Most people don't think you're 96, do they?
No, they don't. When you ask them, they say, well, maybe he's pushing 80 or he's close to 80. But then the word got out in the gym, so you hear them. I know what they're saying when they're pointing and talking to someone and looking at me. That dude over there is 96. Can you believe it? That goes on a lot.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I met Dave. Is in the gym and completely amazed because you lift a lot of weight and you do a lot of exercise and you just don't see a lot of 96-year-olds
No,
doing that.
no, there are more, a few in the 80 now in the gym, I've noticed. But for years there was nobody, maybe in the 70s, but that was it. But now I think they're getting onto the idea, in addition to them getting bored from the COVID and being home, they find that going to the gym is a lot more interesting than falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And so I see more of them, and that's a good thing. It really is, yeah.
So you're still driving,
Oh, yeah.
and so I think you're doing a lot of things right as far as taking care of yourself, your mind. What are some, if you could boil it down to three things that you would give advice to people who are just retiring or getting close to retirement, what would you tell them?
Well, I'm a diehard, no smoking, no drugs, no alcohol. I mean, none. Because I don't think any of them are good for the human body.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can prove it by two of them. The other one is iffy. And of course, it's denied to the entire industry. Oh, it's healthy for you. Yeah, a drink here and a drink there. And that may be true, but not in my mind.
Yeah.
In my mind, those three things have no human redeeming value.
Okay.
And nobody can prove it to me.
Okay. That was number one. What's number two?
Now, well, that's three of them.
Okay.
But the other is be happy.
Okay.
I get up every morning. This is a true story. Sit on the edge of my bed, look at a picture of my wife that I had and loved for 66 years.
Yeah.
She's been gone now since 2012. Mm-hmm. I look at her photograph and I say, Connie, I choose to be happy today. And
happiness is a choice.
So I go about being happy.
Yeah.
No negativity.
There's a lot of things we can be negative about in these days.
Oh, I catch myself, politics, and I won't get into that. But I have to fight off a fear, an actual fear of that our country's going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But I pretty much keep it to myself. I don't discuss it openly because it just aggravates you.
Yeah.
Either them or you, depending on what side you're on. Right. And so I keep it to myself, but I think a lot about it. And I watch the news, try to get the most honest news I can get nowadays. Mm-hmm. And that's difficult. Mm-hmm. But it works. And
so you take care of your body. You choose to be happy. What's the third thing you would?
I do some mental exercises, trying to memorize things like the alphabet backwards. Mm-hmm. And larger numbers. I multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times itself. I can give you the answer. You look it on the phone, I can tell you what it is. Yeah. or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 multiplied by itself, I tell you the answer. Or I give you the alphabet backwards, and things like that. And then I play a game called Freestyle. A lot of people know what that is. So I do 4 or 5 of those games in the morning. I get up, I do my shower, I make a cup of coffee and grab a banana, go in my office, and I play 4 or 5 games of Freestyle. Then I record my blood pressure and
Your weight?
my weight. Now, here's the thing about the weight, and this is not a secret, but it works. You determine when you're younger what's the maximum age I want to become in my lifetime. And
The maximum weight?
the maximum weight, body weight. And I determined years ago it would be 160 pounds for my height and my makeup.
Yeah.
So I put that in the book, 160 pounds. Then I bought a scale years ago, and I've gone through 4 scales, worn them out. And because I get weighed every morning, and maybe 2 or 3 times lately during the day, because I forget what I read in the morning. So anyway, here's how simple that becomes. You know that you don't want to exceed 160. So if you do, if you go out to dinner and you eat too much, and then a given weekend, and you jump on the scale and you cross that line, I immediately cut back. The very day, I cut back on the quantities of the food that I'm eating.
Okay.
And within 2 or 3 days, I'm back down to 158,
Okay.
157.
So you measure so you can manage it.
Yes. And it's simple. There's no dieting. It's not necessary.
But you do make healthy choices with your eating.
Oh, yes. I don't bring milk into the house anymore. I don't bring sugar. I don't bring bread. I don't use salt. And basically, those are the things that I do without. I don't need them. I know I like them. But, and once in a while I have a croissant, maybe once a week.
Yeah.
And so that makes it much easier, you know, for you. I ate a hearty breakfast. I was eating 4 eggs and then some chicken and rice or ham or beef chopped up, just heated up, pre-cooked, and a hearty meal for breakfast. And then I slow down lunch and dinner. Now the other thing I found out that works for me is eating dinner early, 5 o'clock. I live alone now, basically.
Yeah.
And so I can eat when, and I do my own preparation, so I can eat, do whatever I want. So I'll eat a meal at 5 o'clock, and have a little snack maybe at 6, and I go to bed at 7 or 8 o'clock. I try to get 9 hours of sleep, and I sleep like a rock.
Yeah.
I get up one time during the night, that's it. And I sleep, and I have good dreams. I have no bad dreams, no scary things happen to me. You know, it's so pleasant to have a calm mind at night.
Yeah.
And not dream up, I should have done this, I should have done that, or I haven't done that, I'm procrastinating, or worrying about things and conditions.
So low stress.
Low stress.
Yeah.
And I always look at something, if my wife would run in and say, oh, this happened, then automatically I say, now what's the worst scenario? Well, that's not so bad. So we can live with that without doing anything or without taking action. Or this is really bad, we'll take some action. But take care of it immediately. And most of the time you come out with good results if you do make the right moves, calm moves. And think things out before you get angry. Think things out. We had little games, and I'll tell you these in the fear that I might bore you. Well, this is child's play. Should have rubber bands for us. This goes back years.
Yeah.
And if we had a conversation and I said, oh, that guy, he's off the wall. Snap it. And I'd have to pull that rubber band out here and snap my wrist. And it hurt.
Yeah.
But I had to do it. I promised her.
So when you had a negative, when you were negative about something.
Any negativity, she'd say, if I'd say something negative, I'll say two things nice. And I'd have to, right now, I'd have to stop everything else.
Snap it and then say two things
And
nice.
say two things nice. And you know, that sounds stupid, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
I'm 96 and I'm a happy dude. So I know it works. I
Yeah.
can prove it to myself and to others
Right.
that it works.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
96, great advice. And I look forward to interviewing you in 97, 98, 99.
Keep going. Keep
and
going.
definitely 100.
Definitely 100.
Yeah.
Remember when we were 90? That I discussed with you and something, and I said, well, I'll see you when I'm 95. Well, it was that year that I made 6 t-shirts, had them made.
Mm-hmm.
91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and 96.
Yeah.
I've got 96 hanging up in my bedroom in plain sight that I'm going to put on in 31 days.
And that's how you do it.
I've gone through all the others.
Yeah.
See.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You bet.
We'll look forward,
Take care.
We'll look forward to future interviews with you as you.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. Okay.
Of course, you have to live a little longer also.
Yes, I do. I'm going to follow your pattern. I like
All
it.
right. Take care.
All right. Thanks.